Today's recipe is the delicious, oh my gosh, I wrote it down on a napkin because it was so good. Think caramelized onions, garlic. Think when you bite in the potato, it like melts in your mouth. It's so tender. Think flavor. Think like pow flavor. It's like perfect amount of savory, salty, and I'm like, ooh.
Get up, everybody move.
Hey there, love. I love you. So yes, today's recipe is the delicious, oh my gosh, I wrote it down on a napkin because it was so good. I'm not even gonna front on y'all. Yes, it had to be immortalized in a recipe. And I needed to make that happen. It is inspired by some of my favorite food, especially Ethiopian food. One of my favorite restaurants happens to be Taste of Ethiopia in Austin, Texas. They have this particular thing on their menu, aside from the lentils, which is delicious. But they have this thing called fried potatoes. Like, it has a different name, but I call it fried potatoes. And think caramelized onions. Think garlic. Think when you bite in the potato, it like melts in your mouth. It's so tender. Think flavor. Think like pow flavor in your face. Think all of the goodness of savory. Think it's a little salty. I'm not gonna lie, but it's like perfect amount of savory, salty, and I'm like, ooh. Every time I think of it and every time I go back and have some, it's been a long time, y'all. So, and especially with this staying at home thing. So I had to make something like it. Now I'm gonna say it's not the same, but it's bomb. It's bomb, okay? Raving reviews. The whole family was like, what? Actually, that was me, but they said it was delicious, so I mean, that counts for something. So there's like a few different steps to this. We're gonna keep it simple because it's just the potato and greens bowl. It's not like we're making 10 cakes up in here. So first thing that we need to do is basically prepare the potatoes. Actually, I'm gonna pull up the recipe so I don't lead you astray now. Pause the video if you need to. Go ahead and do that. This is a follow along instructional thing should you want it to be. Let me go ahead and walk you through this recipe. Yes, so this is the Ethiopian spiced curry potato and greens bowl. So I'm not gonna read all this, but explosion of flavor happening, waiting to happen as soon as you make it and you taste it. So all that you need to know is that the prep time is about 15 minutes, cook time about 25 minutes. So that's about 40 total minutes that we're dedicating of our lives to deliciousness. Yes. Right over here, you'll see yields, and this is where you can change the serving size. So right now, this is going to be for 4 people, or it's going to be 4 meals. Now this is great for meal prepping. So if you want to set some of these good little bowls, prepare them for your lunch tomorrow or dinner or whatever you would like, you could do that. Or you can just do a single serving right here. You can select that and it'll change it up. See how that was just magical? It done changed everything. So it's a single serving now. Now you ain't got to worry about nothing. All right? This is a single serving. That is magic. But for our sake, because we want to be like awesome people, we're going to do the full 4 servings. All you got to do is click this button right here to print it out if you want to. Or as you get your ingredients, grab them right now. Just click these or tap the check boxes to cross off the ones you already have, okay? So go ahead and get your ingredients. Get your Ethiopian spice ingredients. You need turmeric, paprika, garlic, granulated or powdered. You need onion powder, nutmeg, garlic, ginger powder, cardamom, cumin, And this is an Ethiopian, I don't know how to pronounce that, brer blend, salt free. I'll share with you the link down below. Don't worry. You don't have to look around to find it. It'll be fine. So get your potatoes, your filtered water, your avocado oil, fresh garlic, 1 onion, agave, Himalayan sea salt. You're going to need some kale, organic kale, coconut liquid amino, veganase, or some other avocado-based, soy-free vegan mayonnaise. You're going to need either coconut vinegar or, not apple cider vinegar. I'm going to have to update that. and this is the Ethiopian spice blend that you're going to make. Okay, cool. So now that you have your ingredients, you done checked, you done clicked it all off. Now we're going to get into time mode. So what I want you to do is when you're ready, click this button right here, this link that says click here to start your 40-minute timer. And we're going to delve in. And anytime that you need me to pause and slow down, because I'm going to keep going. So you just let me know by pressing pause on this video and then press play when you're ready. And we're going to resume. So click this button. Pow! All right, it starts your 40-minute timer. So first thing, we're going to prepare the potatoes. We're going to do a light steam. So get your steamer pot ready. Pour 2 cups of filtered water into the bottom of the pot. Okay, and we're going to put it on medium or medium-high heat. What we want to do is bring it to a boil. But in the meantime, we're going to prepare the potatoes. So get your potatoes, bring them over to the sink. We're going to wash the potatoes and slice them. So first with washing them, we just want to make sure that we're getting the dirt off. So if you have one of those little like fruit or veggie scrubbies or whatever, or you can just use your sponge. Just get the soap out of it and use your sponge. You can put it in a vinegar and water solution where it's like 1 part vinegar, 5 parts water, and let it soak in that for like 2 to 15 minutes. If you want to get extra antiviral on it, sorry, that was loud. If you want to get, what is that? If you want to get extra antiviral on it, you can put a drop of oregano oil in that soaking solution. Let the potatoes chill in this oregano oil. And if you don't know about oregano oil, 99.9% effective in killing all viruses, anti-microbes, those bad bacteria. Yes, sir, and ma'am. So go ahead and get you that if you're concerned about your produce having stuff on it. Okay, now that we have the potatoes washed, since what I'm using is baby potatoes, I just ended up slicing them in half. I leave the skins on because they're mad nutritious and they don't interfere with the taste, okay? Because it's going to be delicious regardless. So don't have to worry about peeling potatoes today. Yay! If you're using full-size potatoes, then simply just use like the size of, okay, so look at your thumb and you see where your knuckle and goes to like the tip of your thumb. So just that size. You want them to be those size pieces. You don't want big old pieces necessarily. But if that gets complicated, just slice them and make sure it's like no thicker than a 1/2 inch. Keep them like 1/2 inch slices if you're going to do just slicing. Now that you have your potatoes sliced, your water is probably starting to boil. If it's not boiled yet, you can move on to the next thing and then come back to the boiling part. But when the water is boiled, go ahead and put these potatoes in the water. Set a timer for 5 minutes, and they're going to steam. I'm sorry, don't put them in the water, girl. Don't put them in the water. Okay. You're going to put them in the steamer section. Set your timer for 5 minutes, and they're going to steam for just 5 minutes. And whenever the timer goes off, turn off the stove, turn it off, and they can stay in the steamer part, but just make sure that it's not still going. And while that's doing its thing, just move on to the Ethiopian spice blend because we are on a time budget, okay? We're going. This is meal prep extravaganza. Woo! Okay, so For our Ethiopian spice blend, go ahead back to these ingredients up here. Right here where you see Ethiopian spice blend ingredients. All of those ingredients are the Ethiopian spice blend. So get your teaspoon measures, get your measuring things, and we're just going to put it in a small jar, bowl, or Tupperware container, whatever you like. It could be a bowl, but if you want to store it for later, like I would just put it in a glass jar. Just give it a shake. Once it's in the glass jar, just mix it up with a fork or a spoon or something. We're not going to use the whole thing. We're about going to use like half. So don't worry about, oh, this looks like a lot. It is. It's okay. Next, now that we have the Ethiopian spice blend done, we're going to make the spiced curried potatoes. Yes. Okay, so first thing, you need a large pan. Go ahead and grab your large pan. Mine is non-stick because I don't like the headache, okay? So, large pan, preheated on the stove, medium high heat. I put mine on medium high, okay? Because it needs to be nice and hot for the potatoes. Nice and hot. With it on medium high heat, it's going to take a few minutes to heat up. Don't put any oil in the pan, no oil, no nothing in the pan while it's heating up, because otherwise it smokes and the smoke detector go off, and then everybody's concerned all of a sudden. No. While that's heating up, go ahead and get your oil, get your onion, get your garlic, okay? The ingredients up above, get your onion, get your garlic. Put them in either a food processor or chop them up yourself. So the onion needs to be minced, so it needs to be fine. And then the garlic, it just needs to be chopped up. It could be sliced. It don't even matter, really, as long as it's not super small, you know. So onion and garlic, to save time, I would just put it in a food processor. And with onion, you just need to like slice it into quarter pieces and then put it in the food processor, because if you put the whole whole thing of onion in there, then it's going to be a hot mess. So in case you have any questions about how to peel some cloves of garlic or some onion, let me tell you real quick. All right, with the garlic, you're going to get you your knife. You got your clove. You done took it out of the main thing of garlic. And in order to get the outside part away from the garlic clove, all I do is smash it with my knife. So I get the side of my knife, so the side of the blade, and I lay it over the piece of garlic. And then I put my hand over the side of the blade. Now it's flat, so I'm not cutting myself. We're being careful here. And I put some pressure on it. It's gonna crack the garlic a little bit, bust it open. All right, bust that garlic open, and we bring it back. Okay, so with the garlic bust open, it makes it super easy to take off the outside of it that we're gonna throw away. So now that we have the garlic peeled, or do that for all those pieces, I just put it in the food processor, extra easy. Now for onion, if you hadn't done that before, then I'm gonna tell you real quick. All you do is you get your knife and you cut the ends of the onion off altogether. Throw those away, and then what I do is I do a little slit from one end of the onion to the other end of the onion. And that helps it so that I'm more easily able to take that outside layer of the onion off and throw that away. So now that you have the onion peeled of the outside layer, you just cut that in four and then throw that in the food processor. Give it a pulse, and it's good. Now that we have the onions and garlic chopped up, we want to go ahead and add the few tablespoons of avocado oil to the pan. Now I said 3 tablespoons. Don't get crazy. We're not deep frying. We're keeping it healthy. Avocado oil is good. It's high. It has a high heat index, so it doesn't turn toxic when it's heated up, unlike some other oils. And it also goes really well with the foods that we're making. So keeping it moving along. Avocado oil in the pan. It's not going to take much more than a couple of seconds, because soon it's going to start to smoke. You might want to turn on your fan. Let me tell you, turn on your fan, And what we're going to do is we're going to toss in the steamed potatoes, to throw in the garlic, put in the onion. We're going to put in the agave and the salt and half of the Ethiopian spice blend. All right? So you're going to hear the popping. You're going to hear the psh in the pan. Get your spatula, mix it around in there. Make sure all the potatoes evenly coated with the spice blend. Stir it around, and then let it brown. Let the potatoes brown on both sides. So you want to make sure that they're evenly distributed throughout the pan, so that they get like a little nice little crust or something on the sides. So it tastes delicious. You know, they already tender inside. Now they just need to marinate a little bit. So it's not going to take a whole long time for these potatoes to cook, honestly speaking. Since the pan was preheated and hot, they was ready. Now, just spend some time with them a little bit and make sure that both sides are browned and that the onions are caramelized. You're going to see a few burnt pieces of garlic. If you weren't tended to them, that's okay. Most of them not going to be burnt. Very nice. So with the potatoes done, go ahead and turn the fire either on low or turn it completely off. We don't want nothing chaotic to happen. With the fire off, we're going to move on to making the kale salad. So first thing, grab your kale. We're going to go back over to the sink and we're going to wash them. And then we're going to chop them or tear them for our greens of the greens bowl, potato and greens bowl. So in making this kale salad portion, it is fire, let me tell you. But you can use that same strategy of using the vinegar water solution and a drop of oregano oil if you want to get extra cleansing with the kale. Or you can just, like, you know, give it a little rub your thumbs throughout the kale, make sure you're getting the dirt off, stuff like that. That's all I did, to be honest. Once you have your kale washed, what I do is either I cut the stems really like fine, or I just tear off the bottom part of the stem of the kale and just like put that in compost or the trash or something. Compost is better if we don't have compost pile. If you do, put it in your compost. Otherwise, those parts, like, the stem need to be small in order for you not to get annoyed when you eat in the bowl. And the stem is really nutritious for you. So I just like to cut it up small. All right. What I do with the leaves, most times I'm lazy, so I like to just tear them up into like fork-sized pieces. And then you just want to make sure that you're getting all your kale torn up or chopped up in a large mixing bowl. So get you a large bowl that's big enough for you to do some things with. The kale's in the bowl. Now we're going to shift gears to making the dressing. So going back up, scroll back up to where you saw the ingredients for the dressing. Okay, so it was this last section of ingredients. It says massage creamy Ethiopian kale salad greens ingredients. We already got the 4 cups of kale. That's what we just did. All right, so now that's about a bunch of kale, just so you know. Now we need 2 the coconut liquid amino, veganase, the vinegar. We're going to use either coconut vinegar or apple cider vinegar, unpasteurized organic with the mother. Be sure you look at the label. All right. And then we're going to use the Ethiopian spice blend mix that we just made. Awesome. So we're going to combine all these ingredients, give them a little mix with your fork, If you want, you can set these ingredients aside. I mean, the dressing aside. You can put it in a jar. You can like pour it into a jar, get you a rubber spatula, scoop it out into a jar so that you can use it again and again, or you can like double it and make a whole bunch and just use that. Anyway, focus. We're focused. Oh, I'm already like 26 minutes and 50 seconds in. Okay, we're moving. All right. So next, now that we have the dressing done, we're going to pour like half the dressing onto the kale greens in that bowl. All right. So massage This is gonna sound weird, but literally massage this kale with your hands. We're gonna evenly coat the kale dressing, the kale with the dressing. So literally put your hands in there. Don't be scared. Your hands washed. All right, it's your kitchen. Do your thing. Put your hands in there. One hand, one hand. You just need one hand. Hold the bowl with one. Put the other hand in the bowl, and you're gonna literally like a grasping motion. You're gonna like spread it around, like really crush them greens. Crush them greens with your hand. Get it evenly spread. Make sure you see that dressing on every little thing. It's gonna spread the flavor. It's gonna make it so the greens aren't as hard and stiff, and they're like, ooh, tender greens. Oh my gosh, this kale is so good. All this flavor everywhere. This creamy dressing. Okay, I'm done. So now that you have it evenly coated, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wash the hands. Wash the hands first, okay? Now, actually, before you wash your hands, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. Only one hand's dirty, remember? So with the other hand, get you a bowl. Get a bowl that you can eat out of, okay? And then bring the bowl to your kale salad that you just massaged and reach in there with your hand and grab a big handful of salad. Don't be using just your index, your thumb and your middle finger to grab something like some people do. Don't do that. Put your whole hand in there, okay? And we're gonna just grab a big old fistful of salad, okay? And that's gonna be the bed of the bowl. Throw that in the bowl at the bottom, okay? Next, what we're gonna do, like 1/4 of this big old portion is going to be one serving size. So if you're meal prepping, get your Tupperware and put that hand portion at the bottom of your Tupperware, each of them, all of the 4. Okay. Next, we're going to top it off with the curried potatoes. So we already made the potatoes. Now we just get the spatula again, and we're going to put like, if you were to reach in with your hand, it would be about this much. Just the palm of your hand is how much of potatoes you should have, okay? So we're going to get the potatoes, put them on top of the bed of greens, and what I would do if I was you, I would either just eat it like this, which is going to be delicious, heads up, hands down, or you could add some other toppings to it, and it could be like a legit bowl. It could be like a legit delicious, very awesome, stupendous thing. If you like potatoes, I mean not potatoes, tomato, you could slice some potato. You could slice some tomato and put it on top. Green onions or chives is good on top. Some capers is be delicious. Ooh, you could put some avocado, like slice some avocado and put that on top. You could do mushrooms. Ooh, you could have some whatever other veggies that you like. Like if you like olives, you could do that. I'm not a fan, but if you do, you could do that. Do whatever you like. You could do zucchini, cucumber, whatever. All right. Check out the free Kemetic EIO nutritional guide for the list of the non-starchy veggies that you can do and see which ones you like. Don't do any others. Okay, just the ones you like. And you can even drizzle some more of that dressing on top. And then bam! That's your well-balanced meal, honey. That is your perfect portion. You already know how much. You already know how much. This is going to be something that your digestive system is going to be like, yay, about. It's going to thank you so hard. It's going to be magical. So now that we've gone through this part of the recipe, what I want to encourage you to do is if you're ready, I mean, first wash your hands, right? Wash your hands because you had your hand in the salad bowl. Go ahead and wash your hands. And then get your spoon. Get out your phone. Record a video of your reaction to this recipe because it needs to be seen. Send it to me, okay? If you don't send me the video, send me the picture. Send me the picture of what you made. I would love to see it. You can either message it to Ufulu Child, that is UFULU space child, on Instagram or Facebook. Send us a message, or you can just tag us if you post it on Instagram or wherever your social media thing is. Just tag at Ufulu Child. And I would love to see it. And girl, man, whoever's listening, this is going to be so great. So I can't wait for you to taste it. All right. I am 21 and 20 minutes. I done took a long time to explain this, but if you were working through it along with me, then you know exactly how to make this a magical occasion for yourself. And I'm gonna stop this timer because it was really for show for me. I love you, and I can't express enough how much I appreciate you listening to this this video / audio recipe of the Ethiopian spice curry potato and greens bowl. Remix it how you like, and I will see you in the next recipe. Much love. This is your elevated treat. Enjoy it. Tenci of Ufulu Child here. Just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you like the content that we're making, go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Click the like button and click that notification bell so you can get notified every time we make a new video. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Peace and love. Mwah.